Hi there, I'm Shell with Little Acres Creations. Stay tuned and see how I made this quilt inspired card. Recently, I was looking through a quilting magazine and I saw this wavy quilt pattern. So my husband and I were talking and we figured we could easily recreate that into this card using quilling paper. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but if you have ever quilled, you end up with tons of paper. And you can get a huge pack of paper for about $3 at Hobby Lobby or even less if it's on sale or if you have a coupon. And if you don't have quilling paper, you can easily just cut strips, but in order to kind of have a exact size, I just wanted to go ahead and use that, and plus I had tons of it in my stash. So I just took about 6 different colors, and I'm just kind of going down the line, and I'm just going to follow the same pattern with the colors. So I did like red, yellow, black, purple, blue, and orange, I think. So I'm just going to continue to do that all the way across, just following the same pattern. And I'm going to speed that up so you guys don't have to listen to me jabber, because it does take quite a while. And I will return in a few minutes. And I just wanted to pop in here and just say that you definitely want to cover the whole panel that you're working on. And this is going to be a long card. I believe it's 3 by 8.5. So what I did is I just made sure, and I used my ATG gun and just totally covered my paper. And that's because we're fixing to start cutting it. And if you don't glue the whole piece of paper, then you're going to end up with a horrible mess and it gets really frustrating. So you definitely want to do that. And I used just an ATG gun just because I tried using like a wet glue and it was like a shiny glue and it just did not work, because what it did is, it would seep over to the edges and then it kind of made like a messy look. But maybe if you had a matte glue or something, that might work for you. So just give it a try. Be sure and come over to Little Acres Creations on Facebook and share what you've created. And now I am just kind of cutting my panel down just to kind of make it even and just straighten it up. And then I'm going to start cutting about 1/2 inch pieces. And you can do this any size you want to. That was a good size for me. It was a 1/2 or 1/4 inch. And I'm just going to go all the way down my paper, the lengthwise, and I'm going to cut that down. And now I am just going to glue those pieces down on my sheet of paper. And I cut this down to about 3 1/4 by 8 1/4. No, I'm sorry, 2 3/4 by 8 1/4. And I'm going to kind of line up my papers now. And what I'm doing is I'm just focusing on one of the yellow pieces, like the one to the left. like the second one to the left. And I am just going to either the left or the right of that. So I go about, 5 or 6 to the left of that. Each one is going to the left. And then I come back and then I start going back to the right. And you just want to put it so it's just, right to the right. You can see what I'm doing. It's kind of hard to explain. But you just want to go ahead and line up your yellows, just moving it one square to either the right or the left. And you can, mess with your design and see what you like best. But I just went for quite a while to the right, each square moving down, each one to the right. And then I started going back to the left. And the panel turned out so pretty. I really liked how, this panel turned out. I thought it turned out exactly what I had envisioned in my mind. And when I completed the panel, it was just a little bit, I didn't quite have enough papers to complete the whole panel. So I just went in and I went ahead and just cut it down a little bit more so that it was, I cut off the pieces that didn't have any color on them. And that seemed to work out pretty well. And then when I completed the card, or when I was working on completing it, I just put a border behind this, and I just put a red border, and just to kind of bring it out far enough on the card so that it had a nice border. And I think that worked out pretty well. And the background was just so pretty that I thought it just needed just something simple on the front. So I went to my Friendship Defined stamp set, and I just pulled out friend and the definition of friend. And so I am just going to go ahead and stamp that using some of my favorite Lawn Fundamentals black ink. And then I'm going to just use a die from my stash and just cut out the friendship definition as well as a red piece, and I will kind of position them on my card just a little bit, the red kind of to the left of the yellow, and I think that turned out really nice. And now I am just working on my card base, which I cut down to 7 by 8, and then I scored it at 3.5. And then I'm going to put down the red piece that I have cut, and also my quilted card piece, and then I will complete the card by adding my sentiment. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you guys give this a try. It was so much fun. As always, I will have links to the store below, as well as a link to our Facebook page. Thanks for watching, and you guys have a great day.